All right, guys, this is MobileGamerNerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only run video. Today, we're going to be doing a bit of a tough one. Yeah, we're going to be going into the faction wars, and we are going to be beating Skinwalker. Now, as you can see, we've already beat it. We've got 63 stars. This is a somewhat rough fight, and it sometimes does not go my way. I'm just going to show you the stage 21 team, and then we'll go back and look at some of the heroes that have gotten me here. And then we'll also look at the gear that we're using. Now, I did change Grappler's gear recently. So, yeah, it might be a little bit rough here. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm hoping that the changes actually made him better and not worse. He did have, I believe, a poison set on, which gave him a couple of extra poisons. But we're going to try it out and see how it goes. Very, very hard fight as far as the boss goes. I know that most people are going to have trouble surviving. This whole strategy is literally based off of trying to keep two of your heroes alive the whole fight until the ads are gone, and then slowly get your team back up and then kill the boss. All right, so the first few fights are whatever. We're going to try and get through. Some of the annoying heroes you're going to want to get rid of first. The first wave isn't super hard. You can pretty much wipe out most people with Cleo. She's going to be our wave clearer as much as possible. If you have another hero who can do wave clears, honestly, that hero will probably do the same as Cleo. She is helpful. She's useful. She just dies a lot, unfortunately, in this specific instance. So just know that she's not necessary for the fight, but she's pretty good. And also, Graybeard. The reason he's in here is because he doesn't die. Like, that's honestly the main reason he's here. He has the counterattacks. He puts up his own shield. So there's things about him that are good. He has the freeze, which can be helpful. It's not super necessary because the whole point is you're just going to try and kill everyone, but freezing them does help. So yeah, I would say that Graybeard is good. I don't think he's also, he would be the second least necessary, but he's also very good. So I don't know if I would want to do anything to take him out. But if you build him tanky, and then honestly, that's all you need, because that's the problem in this fight is this boss rips through your team. See, like here would be a good point for freezing. Unfortunately, it didn't freeze anyone. Let's try and kill this lady. And then basically just try to kill the heroes as quickly as you can. They're going to put up some annoying skills, and it's fine. I mean, if someone dies, it does not matter in this fight. And unfortunately, as you just saw, that guy can put up his unkillable, so you're going to want to try to kill him quickly. Don't kill him. You don't want to kill him before the other heroes are dead. You want him to get another turn, because the problem is he's going to keep putting up unkillable, which can be annoying. I don't think we have anyone here who removes debuffs. We can freeze him or stun him, so that is an option, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. And then once we do that, essentially he just sits there. So we're not too bad. I can also put provokes on him, possibly. The waves are the most annoying parts of this game, just because it's boring. I'm like, it's boring. So we're going to have a little bit of time here. I should have revived, but I didn't. All right, let's kill this guy. Okay, he did the provoke. All right, she's dead. But now, see, I should have revived again. I was stupid. I was a dummy. So let's see if we can get a provoke in. We did not. Usually has high resistance. Weakens are fun. All right, let's revive my boy. Hopefully he doesn't kill him, which he almost did. All right, maybe we can get a provoke. Oh, he's dead. He didn't put up the thing, so that's fine. Now, like I said, it doesn't really matter who dies right now, because the point is we're just going to keep going and try to take these guys down as quickly as possible. We're going to put up some heals and shields, and then we are going to put up a reflect shield just to keep ourselves alive, and hopefully we can hex these guys to death and then freeze a couple so that they don't get turns. There we go. We got one frozen. All right. He's going to take all of our buffs. We don't care. All right. That's honestly does not matter. It's annoying, but we don't care. The beginning, at least. This is something we're going to have to focus on once we get into the final stages of this fight. And if you're wondering how this is going to work, it's not going to work really well. It's a very terrible, terrible strategy, and I would highly not recommend it. But at the same time, it's the only way we can get this done, because we do have limited resources, and this was what we did to get through it. Now, I think Grappler is a little stronger than he used to be. We're going to try and see how many poisons we can get on this guy. This guy's provoked. Now maybe we can get a Hex off and some fears. Try to put up some shields and heals. Like I said, people are going to die. You just want to revive them as you go. All right? Don't try not to get it down to 2, even though a lot of times it will end up being down to 2. We're just going to keep trying to... we're going to do the shield just so we can maybe survive another hit. Keep doing shields as much as possible. Now we can get maybe a block. Yeah, we got a lock skill, so that's actually pretty good. Bring him back. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, well. We're going to do a no, we don't need the counterattack right now because we don't want her countering. All right, I was hoping for a provoke there. Did not work. This should kill this guy, hopefully, with the poisons. Lots of poison. All the poisons are good. See, that boss is just going to keep healing. And honestly, this is the main problem I think a lot of people are going to have in this fight is that you're going to be trying to put up a ton of buffs, but unfortunately, it's going to end up hurting you because he's just going to steal them. So a lot of people are looking at this fight like, oh my God, it's ridiculous. No one can beat it. I felt that way for a little bit. It's definitely tough. So don't get sad is what I'm saying. It's just a game, guys. It's just a game. All right, so now the ads are dead. She's going to be a pain in the ass now and probably kill people a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to just use whatever we got, keep poisoning the boss as much as possible. Having Fleshmonger in here is good. We're going to heal up. Now, this is the skill right here, I believe. Attacks all enemies, steals all buffs from each enemy, and transfers all debuffs from this champion to a random enemy, then applies debuff spread, taking all debuffs from that enemy and placing them on all enemies. So she's gonna steal all the buffs. So we need to watch that skill specifically. All right, that's the key to this fight is knowing when that's gonna happen. So at this point, we're just gonna try to get it to reset. So we're not gonna use any buffs for the team. All right. Now he uses this for 1 turn, I think, right? No, it's for 2 turns. So we're not going to waste it. We're just going to go in and do as many attacks as possible. Now I think we have a turn meter reduction. No, we do not. All right, so now we're feared. So now he's going to use it next run. So now we just want to keep weakening the guy. The Hex is also useful, but not super necessary, but get the weaken up. You want him to be as weak as possible when you do this. And don't put any buffs up right now while he's still doing that, all right? Literally no buffs. I could have done the crit before. I didn't realize we had that much speed. I should have done the Hex there. All right, so now hopefully, so he's going to steal a couple buffs, so he's got the heal, which isn't good. All right, but now we're resetting it, so it's fine. It's okay that he did that. We don't care. I should have put the counter up, actually. So now we're going to put our shields up, and then we're going to use our crit, and we're going to hopefully get defense down, which we did, and now we're going to try and get that Hex up. There we go. Hex is on. And then we're going to shield and heal a little bit. We can do the counter so we get some extra hits. So actually having him with the counter is pretty good. Like I said, Graybeard is good. Don't get me wrong. He's very good. All right, so now we're just going to wait it out. He's going to heal up. All right. We've got 1 more turn left. So now we're basically just going to wear out all of our buffs. Okay? That's where we're at now. You can A1 yourself in. It doesn't really matter too much. It'll get you through it. All right, and you are going to have a lot of fear. So if you have high resist, it'll really help you in this fight. So we have 2 turns. We're going to use it on him now to hopefully get this 3-hitter because you want to keep cycling through that crit and getting as much damage in as possible because this guy is a jerk and he will heal himself back up. All right, so there we go. We've got 1 more turn where we can't really use any buffs, which is where the resurrection comes in because I should have put defense down. That's where the resurrection comes in because we're okay with people dying. All right, we are okay with it. Do not worry about that. It's going to happen. In fact, I think the first time I beat this, it got so scary that I was like down to like the last time. I was like, oh, this is bad. Can we get defense down? He's going to spread it to everyone else, I think, now, right? Yeah, that was a bad idea. Probably not putting up all those debuffs, too. All right, so now we're going to revive our boy and get a Hex. And then we're going to put up our shield. And another shield so he doesn't kill us, hopefully. And then we're going to use this and then smack this guy in the face. I forgot about the whole buff spread to you. So now we're going to do shields and heals. All right. And now hopefully we can just keep that weaken up. He's healing. So now he doesn't have any more buffs. So we're good. As you can see, it's going to be a slow fight. This is not an easy fight for us. All right. Remember, we're mystery shards only. It's tough. We're using what we got at our disposal. And this guy does have some pretty ridiculous stats. This is actually, surprisingly enough, going way better now that I kind of understand the fight a little better. It's going way better than it had gone before. All right, so we still have a few rounds. We have 2 rounds, so we're going to put up the poisons. We don't want them on us next time, so now we're going to use our crit and hopefully get that defense down. There we go, defense down. Fleshmonger is the man. He really is one of my favorite rares as of right now. He's doing really well. And Grappler's shining right now. Like, he is awesome with the shields. Like, keeping your team alive in this fight is the hardest part. All right, so we want to wear down these skills. All right, so we're just going to go in. Hopefully he's going to get hit with them. There we go. He's going to spread them to us. And now we can actually do our stuff again. So, boom. This is why I'm saying you watch this counter. It's very, very important that you use the counter. Do not use stuff that you're not supposed to use when you're not supposed to use it, and it'll save you a ton of trouble. But you don't have to pay attention to it until the ads are dead. The hardest part here is getting the ads killed. If I had to guess from what I've experienced in this game, very hard to get those ads dead. And I know I made it look a little easier with the team that I'm using right now, but it's not easy. So just know that. The other problem is you don't want to get killed right when you're trying to get the 3-star. You don't want to get killed right as this guy's dying. See, he did health swap, which now I know that seems like, oh God, what are we going to do? Now we can kill him. So now you have 12 turns. You understand? 12 rounds to kill this boss. All right. I know it sucks. I told you it was a bad fight, guys. I wasn't saying it was good. The health swap is the worst part of this fight. But now we just have, this is why having heroes that can do damage quickly is very important. Like, Cleo is doing much better this time than the last time we did it because she's actually staying alive. All right. We don't want to do anything that's going to make any debuffs. The weaken's about it. See, we're already getting down pretty far. All right. Weaken. Doesn't really matter. It's the only one that's going to get put on somebody. This is a tough one because we don't want to put too much on him. So hopefully he misses. There we go. He missed. We're good. We don't want defense down. We don't want anything on him. All right. Here we go. Now we're going to get smacked in the face and probably Fleshmonger's going to die. There he goes. He's dead. So now we can do our normal stuff. We're going to get the weaken up. He actually does a lot of damage with that. We're going to revive. We're going to do our counter. You just cycle through. This is it. This is how you do it. Boom. Reflect. We can do our crit. Get our defense down, hopefully. Of course he misses it. And then we are going to get the hex going. All right. Shield and heal so nobody dies while we run. There we go. See? Now everyone's going to heal up while we go. And now hopefully this should be it. Like, we just go through now exactly how we've been doing it. Throw up all these poisons for 2 rounds. That's 3 rounds, actually. So at least we get some damage going. You don't want to get too crazy with the poisons. Because as you just saw before with that big one where he used all the debuffs on me at once. Kind of rough, right? This is a very long, very monotonous fight. That's silly. Honestly, they put so many things on this boss that just didn't need to be on him. And I think just the combination of his regular skills is more than enough to create this fight to be hard. The health swap is literally just an FU from Polarium. So just know that, yeah, this is me giving Polarium an FU to the face, saying, hey, I don't need your crap heroes. I don't need your legendaries. I can beat this without you. So there you go. So now everybody can use these teams and not have to worry about getting the special legendaries. You can just do it like this. And then after 13 minutes of your life, you'll never have to do this again. Unless you're like me, where you have to do it twice. All right, so there you go. He used his skill. So now we're going to do our counter. We're going to get our shield up. We are going to do our extra attack. Give me defense down, please. Oh, of course, he's going to miss right when it matters. All right, well, it's whatever. We're getting hits. All right, so let's get our shields and heals. We don't want anyone dying because we're getting down to the wire now. Let's get some poisons up on this bad boy. Those extra poisons, honestly, might have hurt me a little bit, which might be why I was dying, if I had to guess, because I was putting up too many poisons, I think, with Grappler in poison set. So we were getting it all transferred to us. So that might have been why. There we go. We got a hex. I just don't want my boy there to die. All right, we got this. Nah, he got 2 turns. Luckily, he has that extra turn because it gives him a little bit more HP, which is nice for Fleshmonger, because he'll get the extra turn and then the heal will go off twice, which makes it so he doesn't die there. So, but now we're feared. So this is either the last round or we're gonna have to run it back. Smack him up. All right, let's get defense down, please. Nice. Now he gets it. Perfect timing. And look at that, 56,000. All right, so now this time, Cleo was worth it. In my original fight, Cleo did not do as much damage because she was dead the entire time. So I guess switching my gear from Grappler paid off tremendously because this was a way easier fight than the last time I did it. So yeah, as you can see, 13 minutes and 46 seconds. It's a long fight. It's garbage. You have to go through one cycle of heal, and you have to be strong enough to be able to kill him in the 12 rounds, which sounds like a lot, but it goes by fast. I mean, we just did it in, what was that? I wasn't watching. I think it was like 4 or 5 rounds we beat him. The main thing is to watch that frickin' skill and make sure that you just the first time just let it cycle through. Stop using everything that puts debuffs on, and stop using anything that puts debuffs on you. I mean buffs on you, because you're just going to get them swapped, and it's going to be a nightmare. Your whole team's going to die. All right, so that's what we use. We use Tolog, Cleo, Fleshmonger, Greybeard, and Grappler. Let's go to the Bastion and take a look at these bad boys and see how we did it. All right, so Cleo, first one. Now remember, if you've been watching my channels, all of my heroes are maxed to completion. All right, they're not going to be perfect gear, like that's fine, but they are all maxed on whatever they have. So right now we have her in a crit rate set with that special set that gives us crit rate and shield for the first 3 turns. It's just enough to keep her alive until we start getting some shields up. That's not why I did it. It's literally just because that's the gear I had. So we have crit damage on her glove. We have defense on her chest, which is funny because she has the highest attack of all of my heroes right now. Speed on the boots. We've got attack on her ring, crit damage on her amulet, and attack on the banner. You could conceivably put this as accuracy and then this as attack, but remember, she is not defensive really, and it took a lot for me to get her to stay alive. All right, remember we have faction bonuses. I mean, not faction bonuses. We have the arena bonuses. We have other bonuses that are kind of helping her. So yeah, there's things that are going to make her stronger for me. So if you're a little bit lower end, it might be a little bit tough. As far as her skills, all maxed out. We have Soul Reap on her because she can kill bosses, so it's nice. Masteries. This is basically where we're at. We went down to Helm Smasher. I've noticed that most of my newer heroes, we are focusing more on Helm Smasher than War Master. Some heroes will still have War Master, but we're getting some more high-end attack heroes with Helm Smasher it's really helping our game a lot. And then we went down a little bit, support tree, got you some things here. So that's her. I don't need to go too far into it. Total stats, she's got 38,000 HP, 5,300 attack. I know. Like I said, even with that defensive chest, she does have a 3-star blessing. Remember that. So you may have to adjust for that if you don't have any blessing on her. I would recommend getting some kind of a blessing. I buy them from the shop by saving up coins. This one I just happened to pull before I actually even got Cleo, so it's funny. It just worked out. Defense, 3,000. Speed is 2,000. I mean, sorry, 2,000. Imagine 2,000 speed. I'm sure it's going to happen eventually. 202. We've got 82% crit, 204 crit damage, 98 resist, and 251 accuracy. Like I said, you could adjust this and make more resist on your heroes, and that would probably save you some trouble. I don't know if it affects the health swap. I mean, not the health swap, the debuff swap. A lot of times those are pretty much guaranteed to happen. So not going to help you there, but it might help you with the fears. All right, so that's her. Then we've got, who did we use? Everyone else was rare, right? All right, let's go down to our rares. Boom. All right, so we have some people that are missing. All right, so we've got Tolog. Meat Carver Tolog is officially literally the best hero in the game that is rare from the newer heroes that have been coming out. Obviously, there's Apothecary and some other heroes that are really good. Tolog is literally, if you get him, I would tell you to immediately build him and max him because he is that good. He's got revives, he's got shields, he's got a lot of other things. I have him in an HP set, so we can restore destroyed HP. We just got his new the new blessing that lets him restore destroyed HP. So he's basically just getting better and better with time. And yeah, he's got a passive that adds more continuous heals. Really good hero, great for almost all content in the game if you're having trouble staying alive and you don't have any really good healers and revivers. I'm not going to say he is better, but there are times just based on affinity and some other things where he is better than Syl in my team. So it does happen. It's not as often as you think, but it does happen. So we have him in the HP healing set and a crit set. We have him in HP on the ring, HP on his amulet, and resistance on his banner because we want him to not get hit with things. We didn't have a lot of resist on him to begin with. That's why his power is a little bit lower than I would hope for. I would try to get his resist up, but that's just where he's at. Skills, all max with the Miracle Heal Blessing. Masteries, he is kind of a mixed bag. I went all the way down here to increasing this champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25%. That's timely intervention. We just want him to stay alive and heal. That's it. Heal, stay alive, and get turns. So everything in here is based off speed and keeping him alive and making sure that he does everything. I didn't look up any guide on this guy. I literally did this on my own, and it has been one of the better builds that I've ever done. So yeah, I'm very happy with him. It's working really well. He's doing a great job. He stays alive and he gets those heals up quickly. And then his total stats are 61,000 HP. He's got 1985 attack. He's got 3126 defense. We've got 221 speed, 76 crit rate, 71 crit damage, 225 resist, and 67 accuracy. Like I said, he doesn't really need accuracy. We're using him for reviving and healing. That's all we care about with him. The next one on the list, Meat Carver. This dude is awesome. He's basically War Master. Not War Master, War Maiden. So if you have War Maiden and you've built War Maiden, you can literally just build him like War Maiden. That's it. That's how it works. So I mean, he does have a couple of extra little side things, but he's essentially War Maiden. We have him in some accuracy stuff and some speed stuff. We got from the Forge and the Forge passes. He's got attack on his ring. He's got attack on his amulet and accuracy on his banner because we want him to land that defense down. As you saw, he was still missing it, even with 277 accuracy. So yeah, getting him a little more accuracy on some of these pieces might be helpful. We've got crit damage on his glove. We've got defense on his chest and speed on his boots. These are some of my better pieces of gear I got recently, so I'm actually kind of excited. Some 6-star pieces, so we are getting up there in our gear, which is nice. Skills all max. He has the Phantom Touch Blessing, and we have masteries. He's your basic down to Giant Slayer attacker because his A1 hits 3 times, so you want him to do more damage with that. So basic offense down to Giant Slayer, and then some accuracy stuff here, and some extending of duration of debuffs cast, and also the 5%. I use this for everybody, that 5%. Sometimes that 5% changes everything. It's crazy. All right, Meat Carver. Who's the other ones on our team now? We've got Grappler. Boom, look at this guy. He is a big, fat, hulking beast of poison. All right, so artifacts. We got him in, obviously. Who would have guessed? Accuracy. We want him to be able to land his poisons as often as possible. That's the only thing that I really care about. The shield is literally just a kind of bonus thing. We have him in a crit rate glove. We have defense on his chest, and we have speed on his boots. We do have defense on his ring. We have HP on his little amulet, and then we've got resistance on his banner so that he can resist things. And as you saw, he was still not resisting things, and he has over 300 accuracy, so that's kind of crazy. Skills, all max. He's got Phantom Touch Blessing. Masteries, we went more of an accuracy route with him, as you can see. But we also did this to get his extra healing and shields when under debuffs and all that other stuff, because it's very useful to have extra healing on shields with him. So that way you don't have to focus too much on the shields. You get more healing from it all the way down this way, and then down to War Master on his other stuff. Now, I don't know if I showed it, but I'll do it again, and we'll go back to him. All right, total stats. He's got 42,000 HP, 2,200 attack. He's got 3,300 defense, 208 speed, 94 crit rate, 110 crit damage, 159 resistance, and 317 accuracy. So yeah, he's kind of cool. I don't remember if I did show his main stats on Fleshmonger, did I? Yeah, just in case I didn't, I might have. So he's got 35,000 HP, 3,040. Wow, I'm a mess today. Sorry, it's early. I just started drinking my coffee. 3,413 attack, 2,274 defense, 228 speed. He's got 81% crit, 162 crit damage, 145 resistance, and 277 on his accuracy. And all right, that was everybody. And then the last one, Mr. Graybeard. He's one of the heroes that I built for no reason. And then he sat in my vault forever, and I never used him. And now all of a sudden he's been getting way more time on this game. So yeah, he wasn't worth it for me in the first 6 months, but he's getting much better now. We have him in accuracy and the freeze set. So basically he freezes people coming in, coming out. So yeah, if they attack him, they get frozen. And if he attacks them, they get frozen. So it's kind of like a nice little gotcha no matter what you do situation that we have him in. We have him in a crit rate glove. We have HP on his chest. We have speed on his boots. Defense on his ring, defense on his amulet, and he's got resistance on his banner. Now, you could conceivably put him in an accuracy banner, but we want him to not get. We don't want him to get frozen or stunned or anything. We want him to stay alive. That's why I used it. Resistance is good on him. It's futile, is what it is. If you like puns and references. All right, so total stats. Actually, his skills are all max. He's got the emergency heal blessing, which I don't remember if I changed him. We actually just. Okay, yeah, because he has the shield, so it heals him. So that's why we kept it on him. So we did leave that blessing on him. They just changed the blessings as of this video. So yeah, it's a little bit weird. Masteries. We went all the way down to accuracy and actually focused on not having him do any damage. So I know that's a weird thing, but we want him to be defensive and just be able to get that extra accuracy and land his stuff. And then he's got the He has a chance to extend the duration of buffs cast, so that's kind of cool. He's got his counter attack. He's got a bunch of different stuff that work really well with this setup. He's kind of almost built a little bit like Tolog, but not exactly. So there you go. He doesn't do any damage. He's literally there to stay alive and do his provokes and freezes. That's all we care about with him. I don't care about anything else with him. We don't want to use him for anything else. So there we go. That's his build. So that's all of them. Now, like I said, these guys are all accessible. Everyone can get them. Who else can you use? Let's go look. Let's take a check. No, we don't want to buy anything from you, Polarium. All right, index. We are going into Skinwalkers. So we're not going to really review the legendaries. There's tons here that are probably really good. I'm sure all of these guys will beat it. Obviously, if you have Leorius, this is going to be a joke fight. You know what I mean? Like, so it basically trivializes it. So we're not going to waste our time with these legendaries. If you play and you get them, great, good job, enjoy it. So Scabrius, everyone seems to like. This little hippo guy could be someone that you could use here. These are just ones that I've seen. Fane is good for killing the boss quickly, I would say, and with the poisons. So maybe she could be your grappler if you want to use somebody, but she doesn't put up shields. So if you have somebody that does shields, that would work too. But Fane is a really good hero. There's a lot of heroes in here that are probably really good, to be honest. I don't use a lot of them. And there's plenty in here that, like, I don't even know who Frenzied is. I didn't even know this hero existed. A hyena. So yeah, obviously Rain Beast I think was good at one point. He might have fallen off recently. The bears are always good. Everyone seems to think that they like the bears. Flesh Terror, I don't think anyone likes. And Steel Skull I think is pretty good. I don't remember him. I don't think I've ever had him. He does poisons. He removes debuffs. That's actually kind of a good deal and heals him. So yeah, he could be your increased defense and healing allies kind of person. So yeah, Steel Skull could be good. But as far as the lower end tier, I mean, it's conceivable that you could do this with like Lambert and Channeler. Honestly, all the heroes in here are good. Blood Painter is pretty good. If you built them up, I feel like you could replace certain heroes on this team because the whole thing is you just need them to stay alive. If you can keep them alive and you can get them doing damage, you can beat this. As far as down here, we did try Satyr. I only have him at level 50 right now. But I feel like if you have two of them, I think there was actually a video I saw where you could use two of him to beat this faction crypt. And that works. So that's up to you. If you want to build two satyrs, go ahead. I have one, and I didn't like him. He has the turn meter reduction, but it wasn't really helping me because she's so fast. Like without speed down, and a couple of other things, having that turn meter reduction literally just saves you from one hit because he'll do the turn meter reduction, and then you'll get like one more turn. So it could be enough to save you, but I didn't want to base my win on luck. All right. I wanted it to work. So yeah, to make him work with turn meter reduction, you would probably have to have two of them. So that is a strategy. If you want to do that, I'm not going to stop you. But yeah, honestly, all of these heroes are good. It's funny because Skinwalkers has some of the best heroes. Gnarlhorn is really good because he has Unkillable. So that's someone you could use conceivably. The problem is he doesn't do much damage. You know what I mean? He's got an attack on one enemy. He places a provoke, and then that's it. And then he's got an Unkillable. So that's all he's got going for him. It's enough if let's just say you have a whole team and one hero keeps dying and you can't use that hero, then Gnarlhorn could be that hero because you could basically use the Unkillable thing to keep him alive long enough to heal him up. You know what I mean? So there are options here if you're having trouble. Just remember that it takes time to level these guys, and that's all it takes is time. So once you have the time to build them all, you will get through it. This guy looks like a gladiator. I like him. He's cool. Yeah, so that's it. That's all the heroes. That's the ones we use to get through it. I mean, there's plenty of heroes that you could use if you don't have these heroes. Most of you should have them unless, honestly, the main reason most people don't have my heroes is because they fed them to someone else who's a legendary. So, yeah, stop doing that. How's that? And you'll have plenty of heroes that you can beat faction crypts with, all right? So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Always good for the channel. And you can see more dumb content like this where we beat really hard content with really stupid heroes. That's what I should have named my channel. Really hard content with really stupid heroes. All right. So that's it. If you have any questions, like I said, leave a comment. This is the Skinwalkers faction crypt. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd. And you guys take care.